All right, it's 4 o'clock. That means it's time to give out some hardware. So, welcome back. This is our first show since 2019. And we've had a great looking show here. There was a little global thing that went on that kind of kept us from having a, show for a couple of years, but usually I talk a little bit here for a little minute at the beginning, and I usually kind of write my notes for what I'm going to say at the end of the last show, so I just kind of grabbed them as I left here. So I'll just use them, but they're kind of dated, I guess. So, hi, welcome to Torcan 2020. What a great year 2020's been, isn't it? It's been great seeing everybody, in person at all our club meetings. We're packed shoulder to shoulder in the vendor rooms. The shows, it's great to have these large gatherings with so many people. This really doesn't work too well, does it? I'm just going to skip ahead. Sharing straws. No, not washing our hands. I don't even know why I'd write that. We'll just go to the end. So it's pretty good to say 2020 has been the best year ever. Can't wait to see what 2021 brings. Never mind. Okay. We'll move on. So anyways, jokes aside, thank you very much, everybody. It's great seeing everybody. We've just had the best Torcan that we've ever had so far, 651 entries today. So a round of applause to everybody. Thank you very much. It's been great seeing everybody, great enthusiasm. Appreciate everybody using our new registration system. I hope that's been smooth for everybody. It certainly helps us out a lot with all the administration we have to do. A few people, obviously, to thank. Shows like this take a lot of work. We've had, the Torcan Executive Committee working here, myself, Bruce Playfoot somewhere around, Brian Fournier, Paul Roberts, our head judge, Dave Bailey, everybody knows, hanging around here, Eros Salas, who's not with us here today, but he helped us out at the beginning. We got our head category judges, John Wong, Steve Kelly, Steve Guthrie, Paul Green, John Evans, Dave Girton, Andrew Hilton-Wigg. Thank you, guys. Judging went very smooth today. Excellent. Volunteers, boy, we had everybody out in force last night helping us get the room set up. Everybody this morning, everybody helping out with setup, vendor load-in, administration, registration, judging. So thank you, everybody. I know Group 25 has helped a lot. The guys from Hamilton, so helpful. Of course, we got to thank our major show sponsors. They certainly help make a show like this happen. We got Paul over at Track Jam, Angelo at Sunward Hobbies, Randy Frost over at Daily. They all had vendor tables over across the hall there. Hope you picked up some good deals. Marco Panowski, Grass King Landscape. Thank you, Marco, for, I don't know where you're at, but thank you for everything, getting your trailer, getting all our stuff in here and all the load in. That was great. Major show patron, Henry DeVark and Dan Brown over at Zoom Room. Thank you, guys. And anybody else who's donated their time or anything else to the show, it's been so helpful. A couple upcoming shows we always like to talk about. We've got the On Parade show, the Ontario Model Soldier Society show. That's June 11th, 2023 in Toronto. The AMRO Model Car Contest, August 20th up in Gatineau, Quebec. Rocon 41, Rochester, New York. That's September 17th. Southwest Ontario Model Expo, that's September 23rd down in London. Always a good show. Our good friends, Group 25, they've got their Model Car Builder show September 30th. CapCon up in Ottawa. I know we had a lot of Ottawa guys down here. That's October 14th. Syrcon 35, that's October 22nd in Syracuse, New York. And Wellcom 23, the Guelph guys, August 29th out in Fergus. So before we get going, as always, a few things we like to go over. If you can, please leave your entry forms on the table. We'll be collecting those afterwards. When the awards are finished, please get your models off the tables as quick as we could. That'll help everybody get the teardown going good. And of course, please hold all your applause until all the winners in a category have been announced. So let's get it going. So we always like to start off with the juniors, get the new guys into the hobby here. A couple things. We've had an extremely generous Torcan 2320 show sponsor who does wish to remain anonymous, but they have provided a couple gifts to recognize the outstanding modeling we've had in the juniors here. We've got, what do we got here? We got a 48 scale kit of a Tamiya Lockheed P38J. We've got an AK interactive book, and we've also got a $100 gift certificate from Wheels and Wings. So that's pretty good. Wish I was a junior. So category J1, if we call your name, please come on up. We got the guys over here handing out the awards. So J1, that was Aerospace, all types, scales, and arrows. That was sponsored by our friends out at the Hobby Center. Third place, Kai Straka with his F-18. Kai Straka in second place with an F-16. And Aiden Mann in first for an ME-262A1A. Congratulations, guys. Come on up, get your awards. Category J2, the junior military vehicles, all types, scales, and eras, also sponsored by our friends at the Hobby Center. Third place, Lane Evans with a Stug 3G. Second place, Lane Evans with an SDKF Z222. And the sweep goes to Lane Evans with a Hetzer. Congratulations, Lane. Junior 3, automotive, all type scales, sponsored by the Hobby Center. And look at that. Empty. Nobody. Boo. J4, junior fictional vehicles, all scales, sponsored by the Hobby Centers. Shame on you, juniors. Boo. Come on, Lane, you could have sweeped that one too. Come on. Junior 5, miscellaneous, ships, figures, dioramas, and others, sponsored by the Hobby Center. You've got to be kidding me. Lane, this was your opportunity. You missed it. Anyways, thanks to all our juniors. All right, so moving on, we got aircraft. Aircraft 1, sponsored by Panther Hobbies. That's our aircraft smaller than 1/72nd. In third place, David Gerton with his Ekranoplan. In second place, John Wong with a Fiat G91. First place, Wayne Bowman with a Thunderbolt. Category A2, biplanes, other rig types, 1/72nd, sponsored by IPMS Niagara Frontier. In third place, Robert Teeteruk with a Hawk P6E. Second place, Andrew Newman, Sopwith Pup. First place, Robert Teeteruk, Newport 17. Category A3, single engine, 1/72nd, sponsored by Francis de Oliveira. In third place, David Gerton, Focke-Wulf FW190. Second place, John Wong, Ferry Battle. First place, John Wong, Block MB 152. Category A4, multi-engine, 1/72nd, sponsored by Bernie Hengst. Third place, Aldo Missio, de Havilland Canada Twin Otter. Second place, Marco Panowski, Bristol Beaufighter. First place, Alexander Grekoff, Boeing SB-17G. A5, Jets, 1/72nd scale, sponsored by Carefree Hobbies. Third place, William Cheng, F4J Phantom. Second place, David Gerton with his Keba Type 4, I'm not reading all that. First place, Renee Lehman, F2A. Category A6, single engine, allied and neutral, 148 scale, sponsored by our good friends down at IPMS Hamilton. Third place, Lorenzo Vitali, P47D Thunderbolt. Second place, Alan Cadeau, Curtis P40C Warhawk. First place, Jerry Brennan, de Havilland Chipmunk. Category A7, single engine, Axis, 148 scale, sponsored by Wheels and Wings Hobbies. Third place goes to Johnny Yu with an FW190A8. Second place, Dave Forrest, ME109G6. First place, Jerry Brennan, Messerschmitt BF109G6. A8, and I've heard it's this young man's favorite coming up right next. It's multi-engine 148, sponsored by Regina Scale Modelers. Third place, Aiden Mann, Dornier DO 335 Anteater Trainer. Second place, Eric Hymack, ME 410. First place, Jerry Brennan, Avro Anson 1. Category A9, that one was split, Jets 148. We had something like 25 or 28 entries, I think, in that category. So we split that into two. So our first one is 48 scale NATO Jets. That's sponsored by Mark Opanowski and Grass King Landscape. Third place is Mark Opanowski with a CF18. I don't like this. Second place, Eric McDougall, F9 F2 Panther. First place, John Chung, CF18B Hornet. And of course, we have the non-NATO jets that this was split from, 148, still sponsored by Marco at Grass King. Third place, Michel Laperriere, hopefully I'm getting that right, SU-24 Fencer. Second place, Richard Claroux, Saab JA-37 Vigan. First place, Renee Lehman, Yak 130. It doesn't look like that, does it? A10, biplanes, other rig types, 148 and larger. Sponsored by Don Keefe, Wheel Scale Modelers. Third place, Simon Fraser, Hansa Brandenburg W12. Second place, Jerry Brennan, SE5A. First place, Jim Knight, Newport 17 early and 48, and it goes on. Category A11, single and multi-engine, no biplanes, 132nd and larger, sponsored by Pillbox Hobby. Third place, Mike Sneed, F8F1 Bearcat. Second place, Bob Esplin, Hawker Hurricane. First place, Harvey Lowe, KI 100. Okay.
Sorry.
All right.
You want to phone back? Right. That's good.
Who is that for?
For Best Junior.
Best Junior? Okay, well, we haven't done Best Junior yet.
It's right there.
Okay. A12, Jets 132nd and larger, sponsored by John Wong. Third place, Michelle Paquette, FA18 Super Hornet Rhino. Second place, Michelle Laperriere, Mirage 3E. First place, Mike Sneed, T2 Buckeye. Category A13, rotary wings, all types, scales, and eras, sponsored by Viper Hobby. Third place, Farshid Alakani, SH3D Sea King. Second place, Ian Dow, Canadian Sioux. First place, Alain Loranger, Kamov AK-50 Hokum. Category A14, Civil Sport and Racing, all types, scales, and eras, sponsored by our friend James Steele. Third place goes to John Wong with a Yak 53. Second place goes to Bruce Playfoot, Peel Scale Modelers President, Zlin ZX1 single seat. Yeah, it is a fix, isn't it? I don't like that either. First place, Alexander Grekoff, DHC3 Otter. Category A15, Civil Airliners, all types, scales, and eras, sponsored by IPMS Ottawa. Third place goes to Bill Campbell, CPR DC-10. Second place, Scott Banks, Douglas DC-6B. First place, Andrew Newman, Canadian Airlines Boeing 767-300. Category A16, Experimental and Research Aircraft, all scales and eras, sponsored by, again, Don Keefe. Third place, nobody. Second place, Jim Anderson, Douglas A-26 Invader Air Tanker. First place, Ken Brent, XFV-12A VTOL. Category A17, Real Space, all types, scales, and eras, sponsored by Ian McCauley. Third place, Robert Teteruck, Space Shuttle. Second place, Robert Teteruck, Apollo CSM. First place, Ricardo Salome for his Gemini 4. Category A18, Vacuform, Scratch-Built, Conversions, Major and Minor, all types, scales, and eras, sponsored by Peel Scale Modeler's own Jeff Whitaker. Third place, Alfred Wong, P51B. Second place, Alexander Grekoff, DY-Teen 333. First place, Andrew Newman, Ferry Fulmar Mark 1. Category A19, Aircraft Dioramas and Vignettes, all scales, sponsored by John Robinson. Third place, Sue Gain-Wan, Blitzkrieg 1940. Second place, Jim Anderson, Beach 18 on floats. First place, Don Keefe, Henkel He 162. Category A20, Out of Box, all types, scales, and eras, sponsored by Zoom Room. Third place, Bill Campbell with his B-25 Mitchell. Second place, Bill Campbell's E-37. First place, John Robinson, P-51B Mustang. Congratulations to everybody in the aircraft categories. We're moving on to automotive, category AU1. Cars, factory stock, domestic, North American design, 24th, 25th scale, sponsored by J.P. Perron. Third place, Zen Babiars for his 1970 Hemi Challenger. Second place, Renee Talty, 71 Plymouth Duster 340. First place, JP, 2016 Ford GT Street. Category AU2, Cars Factory Stock, Foreign Non-North American Design, 24th, 25th scale, sponsored by Toys to Envy. Third place, Dave Gosling for a Porsche 911 GT2 Road version. Second place, Eric McDougall, Honda S2000. First place, Zen Babiars, 1967 Porsche 911R. We good? Category AU3, cars, competition, closed wheel, stock, NASCAR, Le Mans, LMP, etc. 124th, 25th scale, sponsored by Thornhill Towing. Third place, Doug McClarty, 2013 Ford Fusion. Second place, Doug McClarty, 2002 Dodge Intrepid. First place, Eric Barker, 63 Grand Sport Corvette. Category AU4, cars, competition, open wheel, Indy, Formula One, etc. 24th, 25th scale, sponsored by TAPS, the Toronto Area Plastic Modelers. Nobody in third. Renee Talty in second with a Pennzoil Z7 Special. First place, Ian McCauley, 1937 Chevy Early Modified. Category AU5, cars, competition, straight line, anything built for straight line racing. 24th, 25th scale, sponsored by Marco and Grass King Landscape. Third place, Ron Michael, 51 Studebaker Pro Mod. Second place, Ron Michael, 41 Willys Pro Mod. Then the sweep, Ron Michael for the 49 Mercury Pro Mod. Oops. Oh, well, now we see third. AU6, Cars Street Rod, 24th, 25th, sponsored by Brian MacArthur. Third goes to Gary Skelton with a Bucati Type 50 Custom Hot Rod. Second place, Ron Michael, 40 Willys Street Rod. Ron Michael in first, 37 Ford Pro Street Pickup. Category AU7, Cars, Street Machines, Import Tuners, 24th, 25th scale, sponsored by Anonymous. Spooky. Dave Gosling in third, Mitsubishi Lancer Evolution. Andrew Hilton Wig in second with a Zacu GTR. First place, Dave Lowe, 1968 AMC Ambassador Convertible. AU8, Cars, Custom, any other customized vehicle, concept vehicle, or movie or TV vehicle, 24th, 25th scale, sponsored by Howard Cohen. Third place, nobody. Dave Gosling in second with Takumi Fujiwara AE86. Dave Walker in first, Retro Futurist Stutz. Category AU9, pickups, vans, SUVs, 24th, 25th scale, sponsored by our friends at Daily Hobbies. Eric Barker in third, Foose Custom Pickup Truck. David Girton, Gulf Color 1971 Ford Ranger. Adam Granger in first, VW T1 Camper. AU10, Cars Larger Than 1/24th, sponsored by Thornhill Towing. Third place, Gary Skelton, 1914 Mercedes. Second place, Colin John, Lancia D50. First place, Colin John, 1929 Ford Model AA. Category AU11, Cars Smaller Than 1/25th, sponsored by JP Perron. Third place, Dave Gosling, 40 XP. Second place, Ian Dow, Rally Bug. First place, JP, why do you keep winning the categories you sponsor? 1969 Lola Coupe, T70, Mark III. I'm going to start sponsoring more of my categories, if that's how this works. Looks like we had a split in AU12, commercial vehicles, police car, fire trucks, tow trucks, vehicles, all scales, sponsored by Pete McDonald. Steve Kozar with a tow truck in third. Larry Reed in second with a 1974 ZIL 130 short wheelbase dump truck. Larry Reed in first, 1956 Jifeng FAW Chinese truck. And the other split was commercial vehicles, and this was just tractor trailers, all scales, still sponsored by Pete McDonald. Third place, Dean Sourwine, AMT Kenworth Conventional Tractor. Second place, Dean Sourwine, Autocar Construction Tractor. Steve Kozar in first, tractor trailer. Category AU13, motorcycles, non-military, all scales, sponsored by Bill Allen. Third place, nobody there. Second place, Adam Granger for his Ducati. First place, Adam Granger, custom Harley Springer Softail. Category AU14, automotive dioramas and vignettes, all scales, sponsored by Forbes Hobbies. Third place, Andrew Hilton Wig, end of the line. Second place, Ralph Renzetti, abandoned bar find. First place, our friend Gates Basson, dioramas 38 to 44. Category AU15, modified diecast, Hot Wheels, Danbury, blah, 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 etc. All scales, sponsored by JP Perron. Nobody in third. JP Perron in second with his 1965 Impala. And our friend James Steele with his Toronto Police Ford Crown Vic in first. Thanks for letting someone else win one of your categories, JP. Category AU16, scratch-built major conversions may include a variety of materials, all types, scales, and areas, sponsored by Toys to Envy. Third place, Gary Skelton, 1921 Type 13 Brescia Bugatti. Second place, Gary Skelton, 1910 Cadillac Model 30 Racer. First place, Maurizio Lodiza, hopefully I'm saying that right, for, I'm not even going to attempt that. Soviet Antarctic vehicle, that's better. I can say that. Category AU17, out of box, all scales, sponsored by Viper Hobbies. Third place, Zen Babiars, Corvette ZR1. Second place, Mike Sisko, Ed Roth Mysterium. First place, Dave Gosling, Nissan 370Z Heritage. Congratulations to all our automotive winners. Moving on to figures, foot and mounted, all scales, category F1, sponsored by Jean-Marc Perrault. Third place, Peter Skoles, Celtic Warrior. Second place, Peter again for the Norse Warrior. And I hope I'm saying Dieter Hockham, Mustang 1730. And people who've attended a Torcan before will know this is the point in the awards show where I apologize to everyone for mispronouncing their names. F2, busts, all scales, sponsored by Tom Carness. Dieter Hockham, Dark Angel in third. Dieter again, British 1943 North Africa. Sweep! Dieter with Hauhiri. Guess we didn't get a picture of that one. Figures 3, science fiction, fantasy, prehistoric subjects, including superheroes, monsters, dinosaurs, all scales, sponsored by Excalibur Trophy. Third place, Dieter with his Hocus Pocus. Peter Skolek, Ocean Oracle in second. Peter in first for the Birdman. Nice. Here, give me a high five on your way by.
Yeah,
Awesome.
Good job, buddy.
F4, figure dioramas and vignettes, all scales, sponsored by Tom Carnas. Third place, Brian Neary, don't look up children, just keep walking. Second place, Gates Basson, Église Saint-Denis. First place, Dieter Hockham, the Holy Land. Oh. I think we got the wrong picture there too. Apologies. Fictional vehicles, all scales, non-Star Wars. This was a split, sponsored by TAPS. Ross Waddle, USS Enterprise, in third place. Second place, Ricardo Salome for the Klingon Bird of Prey. First place, Michel Laperriere, Thunderbird 3. And the other half of the split for FV1 was Star Wars, still sponsored by TAPS. Third place, Bill Campbell for his Republic Star Destroyer, Venator class. Somebody named Jeremy Kennedy, won second for B-Wing Fighter. I don't know who he is, but he sounds handsome. No, not fixed. It's great. It's fantastic. First place, Renee Lehman, Star Destroyer. Thank you, kind sir. Fictional vehicles 2, flying vehicles, air vehicles, all scales, sponsored by The Cabin. Dave Girton in third, F-19 Stealth Racer. Second, Anthony Goodman, VF4 Lightning III Valkyrie. Dave Girton in first, the Gulf Racer. Fictional Vehicles 3, Fictional Ground and Marine Vehicles, all scales, sponsored by Steve Guthrie. Third place, Dave Walker for his UFO rescue vehicle. Second place, Nicholas Tejeda, Fictional Futuristic War Tank Model Kit. First place, Anthony Goodman, Loaded for Bug. Fictional Vehicles 4, Space and Sci-Fi Diorama and Vignettes, all scales, sponsored by IPMS Rochester. Third place, Ralph Renzetti with Abandoned Bar Find. I think that's the wrong picture. Alfred Wong, Lovers in a Dangerous Time. First place, Alfred Wong, Apex Predators. Fictional Vehicles 5, Universal Century, Gundam The Origin, 144 and smaller, sponsored by Daily Hobbies. Third place goes to Johnny Yu with Zaku 3. Second place, Andrew Hilton Wig, TR6 Hazel 2. First place, Tony Pham, V2 Gundam Assault Buster, Gundam Artifact Volume 2. Fictional Vehicle 6, Universal Century, Gundam The Origin, 1/100 and larger, sponsored by our friends at Sunward Hobbies. Third place, Andrew Hilton Wig, RX-78 Gundam Sahara Unit. Second place, Andrew Hilton Wig, Sinanju Steinberg. First place, Sue Zhu, I hope I'm saying that right, for Guion. Fictional Vehicle 7, Alternate Universe, Gundam Seed, blah, 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 144 and smaller, sponsored by Panther Hobbies. Nobody in third. Nobody in second. That means Andrew Hilton Wig wins first. Tight race for the Oz Ground Forces. Fictional Vehicles 8, alternate universe, 1/100 and larger, sponsored by me. Third place, nobody there. Second place, Omar Quintero for Gundam Rising. First place, Nicholas Tejeda, Mecha Model Kit. Fictional Vehicles 9, Anime Ground and Sea, all scales, sponsored by our friends at X Planet Games. Nobody in third. Sugain Wan in second for Speed Racer. Nicholas Tejeda, Armored Special Carrier for first. Fictional Vehicles 10, Anime, Air and Space, all scales, sponsored by IPMS Rochester. Third place, Tony Pham, Zoid's Hammerhead Wind-Up Kits. Second place, Sugain Wan, Space Battleship Yamato. First place, Suzu, Luna Diver Stingray. Fictional Vehicles 11, Mecha General, Mecha Not from a Gundam series, all scales, sponsored by Sunward Hobbies. Third place, Ariel Obtanala, HG Byakuchi. Second place, Tony Pham, Scope Dog Turbo Custom. First place, Suzu, Hetzager Custom Kaiser Käfer. Fictional Vehicle 12, Out of Box, all scales, sponsored by IPMS London. Nobody in third. Tony Pham with his Gundam RX-78-2 in second. Suzu, MK-44 Ammo Knight in first. Congratulations, everybody in Fictional Vehicles. Mostly me, but congratulations, no. Military vehicles, looks like we had a split right in the first one. So MV-1A was fully tracked AFVs, open and closed top, 72nd and smaller. So it was split, I guess, anything leading up to World War I. This was sponsored by Graham Mansell. Third place, Johnny Yu, Hetzer Early Prototype. Second place, Wayne Bowman, SU-85. First place, Steve Guthrie, 105 SPM-7 Priest. The other half of the split was AFE's open closed top 72nd and smaller post-World War II, still sponsored by Graham Mansell. Third place, Will Alcott, M113 FSV. Second place, Wayne Bowman, Challenger 1, Scud City Surfers. First place, Ian Dow, M1A2 Abrams with Tuskar. Marco was happy enough to point out to me yesterday that I could stand right in front of the screen and not block it. Not happy. MV2 Armored Cars, Half Track, Soft Skins, 172nd smaller, sponsored by Regina Scale Modelers. Third place, Ian Dow, Dragon Wagon. Second place, Steve Guthrie, Diamond T969 Medium Recovery Tractor. First place, Steve Guthrie, Caterpillar D7 Bulldozer. MV3 AFVs, other vehicles, 148 scale, sponsored by Max Veneracion. Third place, Dave Forrest for his Challenger 2. Second place, Tony Bell, Sherbrooke Stewart 5. First place, Sugain Wan, SAS 1942. Category MV4, World War I, Between the Wars, 1914 to 38, all types, 135th and larger, sponsored by Richard Briggs. Third place goes to John Kesner, Canadian Auto Car Armored Car. Second place, Maurizio Ladisa, Renault FT17 with figure. First place, John Kessner, Holt 75. MV5, sponsored by Peel Scale's own Chuck Rothman. Closed top, fully tracked AFEs, up to including 1945, Allied neutral, 135th and larger. Roy Hu takes third with M4A1 Sherman Firefly. Mark Wolf in second, SU-152. Dave Forrest in first, South African Sherman. Category MV6, closed top, fully tracked AFEs, up to and including 1945, Axis, 135th and larger, sponsored by Wheels and Wings Hobbies. Third place, Roy Hu, Tiger 1. Second place, Dave Forrest, Panzer 4F. First place, Mark Wolf, JPZ 4L70. Category MV7, closed top, fully tracked AFEs, 46 to 89, 135th and larger. Sponsored again by Chuck Rothman. Third place, Eric Hrymak, M26 Pershing. Second place, Frank Donati, Iranian M47. First place, Dave Brown, M4A3 105. MV8, closed top, fully tracked AFEs, 1990 to present day, 135th and larger, sponsored again by Chuck Rothman. Nobody in third. Jacob Pizzuti, M113A2 in second. Jacob Pizzuti in first, T55 AMV. MV9, open top, fully tracked AFEs, 35th and larger, sponsored by the Barrel Store. Third place, John Kessner for Dicker Max. Second place, Roy Hu, Martyr 3M. First place, John Mayer, Martyr 1. Category MV10, Armored Cars, Half Tracks, 135th and larger, sponsored by the Barrel Store. Third place, Jordan Baker, Humber Scout Car. Second place, Mark Wolf, SD KFZ 251. First place, Fix, Paul Roberts, our head judge, Standard Beaverette Mark III. 20 bucks, Paul.
Cheaper last year.
I know. Well, things went up, COVID. Category MV11, soft skins, trucks, motorcycles, etc., 135th and larger, sponsored again by our friend Don Keefe. Third place, Ian McCauley, Stare 1500A. Ian McCauley in second with a GMC Jimmy. Sandy McCrory stops the sweep in first with the Scammo Pioneer SV23. Fight. No, nothing? Okay. Category MV12, ordnance, towed guns with or without a prime mover, porties, rocket launchers, missiles, all scales, sponsored by Track Jam Models. Mark Wolf in third, Ketten Crad with a 2.8 centimeter. Sandy McCrory in second, Polston 20mm airborne anti-aircraft gun. Maurizio Ladisa in first, Krupp 280mm K5E, the Leopold Railway gun. Category MV13, scratch-built major conversions, all scales, sponsored by Ross Welsh. Third place, Alex Bissett, M4105. Second place, Alex Bissett with the M32 tank recovery vehicle. Sandy McCrory stops the sweep again in first with a Sherman Crab. MV14, military vehicle dioramas vignettes, all scales, sponsored by the Zoom Room. Peter Toth, submerged in third, U.S. Sherman tank. Second place, Jordan Baker, 5 more in the bag. First place, Maurizio Ladisa, out of order. MV15, out of box, all scales and eras, sponsored by Track Jam. Peter Skolek, Canadian LAV3. Am I saying that right? Scholz? All right, there we go. My apologies. Second place, Ming Wong, UN Scimitar tank. Marty Snow in first, French Type 89 Chi-Ra. Congratulations, everybody in the military categories. We're moving on to ships now. Warships powered 1-500 and smaller, sponsored by Thornhill Towing. Third place, Ian Dow, HMS Tiger. Second place, Alex McKelvey, DKM Prince Eugen. Greg Brees in first, IJN Abukima. Category S2, warships, powered larger than 1-500 scale, sponsored by Graham Mansell. Third place, David Keckel, USS Yorktown. Second place, Donald Mann, IJN Mogami. First place, Joe Liu for his Yamato. Category S3, motor and torpedo boats, subs, small patrol boats, all scales and eras, sponsored by IPMS Niagara Frontier. Third place, Grant Goodale, I-400. Ian Dow in second, HMS Begonia. First place, Maurizio Ladisa, USS Virginia. Category ships 4, other nautical vessels, sailing vessels, passenger liners, freighters, tugboats, etc., all scales and eras, sponsored by HMCS Models. Peter Toth in third, Santa Maria. Second place, Lester Buckler, Nippon Maru. First place, Lester Buckler, Titanic. Scratch-built ships, major conversions, all scales, sponsored by Bruce Playfoot. Third place goes to Colin John, Chris Craft with Twin Allisons. Peter Toth in second with the Andrea Gale. First place, Richard Felto, RNAS Lighter and Sopwith Camel 1918. Category S6, ship dioramas and vignettes, all scales, sponsored by James Steele. Third place goes to Ralph Renzetti, German World War II single-man sub. Second place, Alex McKelvey, the Oxtail Incident. First place, Peter Toth, Wreck of the Titanic. Ship 7, out of box, all scales, sponsored by IPMS London. Third place, Grant Goodale, HMS M1. Bill Campbell in second, HMS Huron, 1944. Bill Campbell in first, USS Blue Ridge, LCC 19. Congratulations to everybody in ships. Now to our special categories, we have SP1 Collections, all scales, sponsored by Galea Brothers Truck Service. Third place, Jim Anderson, Thunder Factory. Second place, Alfred Wong for Griffin Spitfires. First place, Colin John, Can-Am Collection. Second special category was Humor, all scales, sponsored by Galea Brothers Truck Service. Third place, Alexander Grekoff for Kids Lancaster. Second place, Brian Neary, The Chicken of Fate. That wins my award for best title. First place, Paul Enselmaz, Godzilla vs. Kong. Special 3, other subjects, anything that does not fit into any of the other categories. All scales, both sponsored by Galea Brothers Truck Service. Third place, Patrick Manning, Overgrown Burrow. Second place, Bob Esplin for 40-foot shipping container. First place, Mark Wolf, VK 1602 Leopard. So that finishes up all our regular categories, which brought us to this year's theme, which was repurposed, recycled, or redesigned. In the aerospace category, this was sponsored by John Wong. Okay. Brian C., HC Kemp. Is that right? Should only have, because that was a glass award, wasn't that? Is that not from this year? You didn't? That was it? Okay, all right. Well then, get up here, get your glass award. Alexander Grekoff, Boeing SB-17G. Oh, I know what's happened. Okay. Yeah. Okay, disregard third and second place for the next few of these, okay? Our second one was for the automotive, sponsored by IPMS Hamilton, so don't worry about third place, don't worry about second place. The theme award goes to Gary Skelton for the 1921 Type 13 brush-up Bugatti. The third theme went to, that was figures. Did we have one in figures, Paul? No, so there was not one in figures, so just disregard this. I'm going to talk to the IT guy who designed this, have a word with him. Not happy. Yeah, fired, exactly. Our repurposed, recycled, redesigned fictional vehicles award went to, this was sponsored by the Zoom Room, went to Dave Girton, the Golf Racer. Congrats, Dave. And I don't believe we had one for the mecha category either, so just disregard any names there. Military vehicles, repurposed, recycled, or redesigned. Again, forget about third and second. Ian McCauley, 4.7 Pack T Auf. Congratulations, Ian. In ships, this the repurposed, recycled, redesigned, was sponsored by our good friend Rick Delecky at Group 25. Forget about that. Steve Guthrie, yeah, 105, is that right? That's not a ship. I know the picture's not a ship, but is the name right?
Yes, for the...
All right. So again, we're going to talk to the IT guy. I'm not impressed. It's on board a ship.
No, I got it here. Best military vehicle. No, not best military. Best military vehicle repurposed. It's not here. It's not here. We'll deal with it.
All right, we'll get that all sorted out. We'll move on in the meantime. So now we're up to the Best of Awards. Our first one will be the Best F4 Phantom. Sponsored, of course, as always, by Lorenzo Vitali. William Chang for his F4J Phantom. Our next Best of was sponsored by IPMS Ottawa, and that's for Best Diorama or Vignette. Dieter Hockham for the Holy Land. Looks like we didn't get a picture of that. I'm very sorry. That was a fantastic model. Our Best Mecha Subject was sponsored by Panda Hobby. Dave Forrest. That's the wrong picture. Is that even the right name? I don't know either. That's not. Here, let's go get the clipboards here and not trip over my cords. Best of 1, 2, 3. Well, apparently we do.
Oh, there wasn't. There was.
There was no Best Mecha? There must have been.
There's a Best Mecha. There's
Yeah.
a Best Mecha.
Fictional vehicles. Fictional vehicles, probably here. This is why we have backups. Tony Pham, there we are. No, it's, but yeah, Best Mechas and Best Fictional Vehicle.
Yeah.
Okay, yep. All right, yep, we got it here. So, apologies there. Our Best Mecha Subject went to Tony Pham for the V2 Gundam Assault. This one I can already see is right. This is our Best Sci-Fi Real Space Subject, Best Fictional Vehicle. Dave Girton, Golf Racer, sponsored by Daily Hawkins. Best of 12 was our Best Automotive. That's the Grant Murray Memorial Award. That was sponsored by our friends at Group 25. And that award goes to Ron Michael, 49 Mercury Pro model. Best Figure, Dieter, the Holy Land, sponsored by IPMS Hamilton. Our Best Ship, that was sponsored by Grass King Landscape, and that goes to Joe Liu for the Amato.
He's not here.
Not here? All right. Best Modern Military Vehicle, the Yves Christian Memorial Award. That's our best of 9. That was sponsored by Track Jam, and that goes to... Well, we'll get that replaced.
Is that your kid?
I don't know who that guy is. Anyways, the Broken Award goes to Dave Brown, M4A3105. All right, so we now know the best Canadian military vehicle goes to Steve Guthrie. All right. Get up here. Does that look right? Yes, it does. Our best military vehicle, that's the Fred Hawkins Memorial Award. It's sponsored by Alpha Precision Abrasives, and that goes to John Kestner. Colt 75. Our best 1/48th scale aircraft, that's the Wyman Clark Memorial Award. That goes to, sponsored by Forbes Hobbies. It goes to Jerry Brennan, Aberwanson. Stay up, Jerry. You just won Best Airliner. Sponsored by Aviation World.
That's not an airliner.
That's what the forum said.
Best airliner. I don't know if we did best airliner.
No, that's what the forum said. Best.
The form said military transport as well, which put that one into the running.
Oh, and military transport.
Oh, okay, yeah, sorry. Civil airliner and military transport. Sorry. So yeah, it is still Jerry.
That's not right.
That's not right. I know. I'm out of practice. It's been 4 years. Jerry, stay up. Best aircraft, the Jim Montgomery Memorial Award, sponsored by Airbuffs. It's Jerry. Our Best of Show Junior Award, and that's the one that comes with some lovely gifts here as well. That's sponsored by Eros Salas, who couldn't be with us here today. Aiden Mann, ME262. Take that on your way. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Down to our last two. Best of Show People's Choice. That was voted on by everybody here. That's the Dave Fuller Memorial Award, sponsored by our friends at Track Jam. Dieter Hockham, the Holy Land. And our last award of the night, the big one, the Best of Show Judge's Choice. That's the Ron Lowry Memorial Award, sponsored by one of our sponsors, Sunward Hobbies. It goes to Gator Hockham, the Holy Land. So congratulations to all of our winners today. Thank you very much. We've loved having you back. Thanks for coming to the show. We'll see you next year. Everybody have a great drive home.